Cloud-based computing is no longer the future of technology. It is the present and it's here to stay. Welcome back to Talk to Trina. This is where I share tips, tools, and trends on technology solutions that you can use to elevate your business operations. We're live every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe so you won't miss an episode. I'm Trina Martin, and I am your technology expert. The pandemic has disrupted business by making remote working from home the forefront of businesses and their concerns today. And are you using cloud-based computing in your business? This episode is kind of like a part 2 from last week where I talked about cloud-based storage. Well, this week I'm going to talk to you about cloud-based computing. Now, I just want to say thank you guys for being back and joining me today. I'm glad to have you and I hope you learn a lot. So let's dive right into this episode. So if you could change one thing about working from home in this pandemic, what would it be? Well, according to a Glassdoor survey, 67% of work from home workers say that they wouldn't change the thing, that they want to stay working remotely. And the latest research says that 75 million U.S. employees are working from home. So why do you think that's important to today's topic and what's going on? Well, if you're just tuning in, today I'm going to talk to you about cloud-based computing. And this show is powered by Trina Martin International. Now, are you using cloud-based computing in your business? Last week I asked you if you were using cloud-based storage. Today I'm going to talk to you about cloud-based computing. So, how has this pandemic changed your business? Everybody was affected in some kind of way. So I'm pretty sure it changed in some kind of way. And if you're like most small and medium-sized businesses, it affected you because you were not planning on doing all your work remotely and not being able to touch your clients and be in their presence. Well, I hate to say it, but you're going to have to get used to that because we are in our new normal. And to make things more effective in this new normal is cloud-based computing, or what is now known as desktop as a service. And you may see it written out as DAAS. And right now, Google and Microsoft are trying to take over the market with DAS. Or DAS, or desktop as a service. And what that is the fact that Google and Microsoft both have platforms that are cloud-based. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have used Gmail, the G Suite, the Google line of services that they have that are cloud-based. Just as well as now, Microsoft has changed their Office suite from being Office where you buy the CD and you download the software onto your computer, as now it's in the cloud. So now they call it Microsoft 365. And that's something that's very important nowadays, that we're doing business remotely and differently. And this is going to be the way that we're going to conduct business. And you have to be able to use cloud-based computing and devices because you have to be able to access your information anytime and anywhere. And that's where desktop as a service comes into play and why it's so important. Now, Google has its own computer now, which is the Chromebook, and Microsoft has their computer, which is the Surface Pro. And they're touting those as more powerful than a regular laptop than you would normally buy because they are based on using cloud-based computing. They have Microsoft 365. They have the whole Google's line of suite of software on them. So the logic behind this is you could lose your computer or run over it with your truck, but you could go and get another one and still be able to power it up and go to work the next day. And that's the whole importance of this episode today, is being able to work from anywhere at any time, but to keep working effectively, especially in this pandemic, and however long that you're going to have to work remotely where you can't touch and see your clients. Plus, as I talked about last week, cloud-based storage is not only effective as far as, like I just gave the example of losing or running over your laptop, but it is also speedier as far as retrieving the information that you need. So Microsoft and Google are kind of in this war about being the leaders in the desktop as a service industry right now. But I just want to say, as a Apple fan, Apple also has their iCloud service, where now their suite of productivity software is now in the cloud as well. So just like Microsoft Word and Excel are in the cloud with Microsoft 365, so is Numbers and Keynotes, those programs that are native to Apple. But the importance here for you as a small or medium-sized business owner is, if you're not using cloud-based computing, you must. Did I say must? You must start today, because you don't want to have any downtime, and you want to be able to continue to work and do it effectively, because you're not going to be sitting in the office. As we already know, we have been months into this pandemic, and working from home is now our new normal, and working remotely and on the go. So you want to be able to access the information that you need, do business with your clients, whether it's signing contracts or having your employees go in and fill out documents that they need to fill out so that everyone can use them. That's where we are. We have Microsoft Teams. We have Apple has FaceTime and all these different ways to communicate, but you're going to have to use desktop as a service. It's very important. You must use it. You got to get cloud-based computing. If you're not there, or if you're still relying on just sitting at a desktop and having software physically on that computer or that laptop, you have to change, because that has gone away. We have already seen that technology has changed. So what I want you to take away from this episode is the fact that cloud-based computing and DaaS, I'm just going to call it DaaS, is no longer an option, and it's no longer the future. It is today. And if you want to continue to do your business and do it effectively and be able to do it at any time and anywhere, regardless of the circumstances, you must be able to do that. So I want you to start looking into that, and let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you're doing, if you're using a cloud-based service, how this pandemic has affected your business, and what are you doing to keep working effectively. And if you are using a cloud-based service and cloud-based storage, and if you're not, do you plan on getting it, and how soon are you going to do it? So until next week, I just want to say, stay safe.